So I've been wanting to try something for a long time, and this weather is convincing me that today is the day. So if you missed last week's video, I just finished running a 100-mile ultra marathon in America's highest city. Woo! Which was by far the hardest thing that I've ever done.
Same.
So because Kara has devoted the last 2 months of her life to supporting me in accomplishing this goal, I kind of feel like she deserves a vacation. Not only has she allowed us to devote the last 2 months of our life to me training, but she also stayed up for 30 hours to crew me during the race.
34.
Colorado is normally not super rainy in the summer. It's been like this for the whole week, and I'm thinking we're going on a beach vacation. Okay, so if you followed our channel for a while, you know that we use miles and points to make travel cheaper a lot of times, or sometimes fly fancier than we would if we were just paying for it out of pocket. We've been using miles and points for years. Like back in 2016, I was sitting at a McDonald's in Bangkok explaining how we'd use miles and points to fly around Southeast Asia during our first year of full-time travel. But usually, if you're booking a flight with miles and points, there's still taxes and fees associated with that booking that you have to pay. And then most people just think about using the points to be able to book flights and hotels, but there are a lot of other little expenses that go along with travel, like transportation once you get there, the food that you're eating, tours, stuff like that. My goal is to do all of this with miles and points. I want to spend not a single penny on this trip. That's the challenge.
Okay, well, Nate is deciding where we're gonna go, which is hopefully somewhere warm and luxurious and smells really nice. I've got to show you the state of this van. Just in case you missed the Leadville 100 video, I hope that you didn't, but we basically were awake for 34 hours straight using this van as a hub for anything and everything that Nate could possibly need for 100 miles, which means this place is a total wreck.
This is still what our sink looks like.
To be fair, this looks better than it did before. The morning after the race, there was a pan of soggy potatoes on our bed. It honestly still kind of smells like potatoes in here.
Here's the bathroom. We have ramen galore, so many batteries, hundreds of drinks. Oh my gosh, I kid you not, they're still wet.
That was the river, and there was this like field that was just like soggy and smelled like cow poop.
They're still
Smell it.
wet. No
Smell
wonder it
it.
stinks in here.
I think I can smell it from here, actually.
So I should really spend the next week deep cleaning this van, eating healthy foods, kind of resetting everything, but I think we'll just go on vacation.
Because you know what? It'll be here when we get back. Okay, so back to booking a vacation for $0. We're currently thinking all-inclusive hotel in Mexico because 1, the whole goal of this trip is to relax. 2, that's gonna make it a lot easier not to spend money once we get there. And 3, tacos. But the really fun thing about planning this trip specifically is that I'm actually testing a new tool that we're going to be releasing over at Daily Drop later this year, which makes it super easy to use your miles and points. So this tool that I think we're going to call Daily Drop Pro lets you search for hotels and flights that are available to book with miles and points. So for the hotel, I just put in Tulum, the dates we want to travel, and then it shows me all the hotels that can be booked with points around Tulum. And then it's basically the same thing for flights. I put in that I want to fly from Denver to Cancun tomorrow, and then it shows me all of the airlines that have seats available to book with points. So I'm pretty pumped about this because it makes it super easy to use your miles and points and saves you a ton of time, because the other option is to go to all these different hotel sites individually and make your searches, and same with the flight. So basically, instead of having 50 different tabs open when you're trying to plan a trip, you can just do it all in one place. Okay, flights and hotels are booked. We'll fill you in on that shortly. But our flight out of Denver is pretty early tomorrow, and we've decided that in order to get a couple extra hours of sleep, we're gonna make the 2-hour drive to the airport tonight and then stealth camp in the parking lot. I kid you not, I woke up and had this idea this morning.
All right, we're almost to the airport. We want to be super incognito, so I'm gonna go ahead and put all of our window covers up in the van, and we'll just quietly park and slip into bed, and no one will know. Never heard that noise before. Why is our van making that noise? It might be at its limit.
We weren't the only ones that had this idea. That noise is bad.
I've never heard that before.
Well, I found out what's dragging. Well, the good news or the bad news?
Is that the pee funnel?
The good news is there's nothing wrong structurally with the car.
Okay.
The bad news is that we no longer have a gray water tank underneath our shower. There used to be a 5-liter gray water tank right there. But you know what? That's another problem for when we get back from Mexico. All right, we're going to sleep. You just told me to turn your lights on and I'll open the bag and we'll see you in the morning. I don't know why, I feel like it helps if I whisper. Good morning. We got 8 hours of sleep and didn't get kicked out, so I'd say it was a pretty good decision. And now it's time to go get some free breakfast in the lounge.
I haven't brushed my teeth or had a coffee yet. It feels really weird to be in such a public place right now.
Exit here for all A gates.
So our new favorite domestic lounge is the Capital One Lounge. There's one here in Denver in Terminal A, and we are about to get it for free using this card, which is the Venture X. You get unlimited access to the Capital One lounges with this card, plus Priority Pass, which gives you access to another 1,200 lounges internationally. So pretty good deal. This girl needs her coffee.
Love this lounge. Coffee is so strong and so hot. And they have oat milk lattes on draft. So fun.
And Dutch mini pancakes, chia pudding, and some kind of avocado bowl.
Morning routine in the lounge. Ooh, that's cold water. I'm literally using the camera screen as a mirror. And this is not the first time I've had to do this.
Okay, I quickly wanted to come in the bathroom and share my morning routine with you. And I remember to do that about 50% of mornings.
One of the main reasons that the Capital One Lounge is my favorite is that most lounges don't let you take stuff out, but they actually encourage it. They have like a grab and go section at the entrance / exit, and you can just grab stuff and take it on your flight with you. Okay, our flight started boarding 5 minutes ago, and we still have to catch a train and travel to another terminal. Gotta get a little close this morning, but we'll make it. Ah, it's bringing back memories. Still a little sore. Okay, we made it with 12 minutes to spare until they shut the gate. No problem, so I quickly have time to explain how we booked this flight for free. So Tulum is an hour south of Cancun. So I just went into the daily drop tool and then I searched for flights from Denver to Cancun and found this United flight that we're about to board for 20,000 points, but there was $90 in taxes and fees. So, where'd that card go? There's my Capital One card. The same card, the Venture X, the one that just got us into that lounge. I used that to pay for the taxes and fees because Capital One has this unique feature where you can go into the back of your account and then you can erase travel purchases. So 1 cent equals $1 and you can take that purchase off of your statement. So we redeemed around 9,000 Capital One points to pay for those taxes and fees. Okay, let's go to Mexico.
We're happy you're flying with us today. As you find your seats, place your larger bags in the overhead bin.
Where do these people keep coming from?
This isn't Southwest. People don't choose whether or not they sit here based on how you look.
On the outlets.
Off to a good start. I think it's time to celebrate.
And notify the parcel when complete.
On vacation, baby!
We're almost ready to go. So please, put away your carry-on items, including large electronics, like laptops.
This is not a good use of miles, so it pains me a little bit, but for the sake of the challenge, I just redeemed 800 United miles to buy Wi-Fi for the flight.
Cheers! We have found ourselves with 2 glasses of bubbly wine, which is not included on this flight, but we have still paid $0 because we were trying to do something nice for someone else. We met a couple earlier who are on their 5th
All right, 3.5 hours later, we have made it to Mexico, and it is warm. Is this what you want it? Even after traveling to over 100 countries, I still find the Cancun airport chaotic, intimidating. I'm not sure what you want to call it. But as soon as you land, thank you. Everybody wants to help you. So we free booked a shuttle. It costs $120. And once again, that is being covered with Capital One points. So I'll go back and I'll erase that from my account. I will be the first one to admit this is not the best use of points, but for the sake of this video, we're keeping it completely free. Alright, they're pretty fun though. Wow. Thank you, bye. I thought $120 was a little steep, but
This is like a limo.
I expected to get cramped in the back of a taxi, and this is fantastic.
The very first time we came to Cancun, it was the year after we got married. We have very little money, and let's just say this is not the experience that we had.
We hadn't discovered miles and points yet, and we had $0. So we rented this tiny yellow car. But that's the thing, like, money doesn't matter in travel. I have just as good of memories from that trip as I will from this one, I'm sure. Maybe more. Those are like core early days travel memories. All we had was a GoPro. We didn't have a YouTube channel yet.
Do you think you would believe it if we would have come from the future and said,
No.
You're gonna come back here after running 100 miles?
I thought you were gonna say after traveling to 100 countries, but
That too.
all right.
Wow, it's freezing in here.
Home sweet home for the next 4 nights. A lot happened during check-in. Unfortunately, one of those things was not a free upgrade due to my new status. First, if anyone approaches you holding a pamphlet like this,
Run.
there's some kind of timeshare thing, I guess. Anyway, it was like 30 minutes of our life wasted until we eventually realized what it was and said no.
Everyone seemed to like Tired Critical Cara in our last flight video, so just throwing it out there, they're good. I was really vibing with this girl.
We
She
thought
was
we were about to
really
get a free
nice.
massage. I was like, wow, this Explorer status, so nice.
I think we were too nice at check-in, and they were like, all right, send in the salespeople. They're gonna go for it, trust me.
That's probably because we did pay to upgrade our room, which means
Yeah.
that now it's spending more Capital One points.
We were caught in the moment, okay? We're celebrating.
So, yeah, we paid to upgrade to a preferred room, and we'll let you know at the end of this trip whether or not it was worth it.
I'm just a little skeptical
This is
now.
when we were all excited about everything, and then this is just like totally turned us off. It's gonna be amazing. We're in Mexico. We're on vacation. Oh, it's pretty comfy.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm standing in the bathtub.
Wow. Okay. Here we go. Hangout area. Desk.
We're pretty sure all of this is free, but we're not touching it until we know for sure.
We're just a little skeptical of everything right now. Snacks that may or may not be free, we're not sure. There is a coffee maker in the room, but it's one of these little pod ones. Not my favorite, if I'm being critical.
I feel like for hotels, pods are the best. What other hotel coffee is better than that?
That's the last thing I'll be critical about. Nate and I just got in a tiny little tip.
So we've got snacks, coffee in the room.
Huge closet with robes. A secret cabinet. We packed in a carry-on, and so I took a risk and I didn't pack any lotion. But check out this full-sized lotion that smells so yummy. Lotion pour le coeur.
His and her sinks, bathroom, last but not least, waterfall shower.
The grand finale, a balcony. Oh, fly just hit me in the face. With a tub.
I believe they call this jungle views.
Yeah, so far I'm thinking don't pay for the upgrade. I think our other room was like right in the middle of everything over there, so maybe this is like more private. Like I can like kind of hear the music, but if we were over there, you'd really be able to hear the music. I sound like an old lady.
You do sound like an old lady.
I don't mind if there's music. Turn up the music!
Quit having fun, you're bothering me.
¿Cómo está?
Muy bien.
¿Hablas español?
Sí.
¿Eres mexicana? No? How's my office? by the ocean. You like? De nada. Hasta la vista, baby.
Wow, that is one of the best looking waffles I've ever been served.
We just discovered this morning that this little iPad thing allows us to order room service for free.
I'm trying to make this whole eat in bed thing work, but it's really annoying me.
I give up.
You're leaving for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we gave this place a little bit of a hard time when we first got here, but it's been pretty great. This resort is called Secrets Akumal, and I was really surprised when I went on and searched for hotels that were available to book with points that there were actually a lot of options, even though it's the week leading up to Labor Day. But we specifically ended up choosing this one because it had over 10,000 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor, which is one reason I was maybe a little disappointed when we checked in, because I feel like my expectations were up here with all of those reviews. But then also, and probably most importantly, this place was only 30,000 Hyatt points per night to book. And the great thing about hotels is that unlike flights, they usually don't charge taxes and fees to go along with your booking. So I didn't have to burn any of my valuable Capital One points to cover the taxes and fees this time.
I already finished it all.
Ya llegó, sir.
Muchas gracias.
Salud.
Salud.
That was the worst years ever.
So I think this is a really bad idea, but we came up with a new theme, a new type of tour that we might try out on this channel. We're gonna call it Tipsy Tours with Kara and Nate. So we thought we'd have a margarita and then show you around.
This is gonna be our most honest tour we've ever.
This tour is going to be a tad bit different than our usual tours. I think we've mentioned once or twice that we've been on vacation. Usually we try to do every single thing, give a full review of the entire place, but that's not what we've been doing. I don't even think we've done half of the things that this resort has to offer, and chances are we won't before we leave. So this tour is going to be more like the highlight reel of our trip so far, which is mostly food. So this resort is kind of shaped like a horseshoe. So we're gonna start on one side and make our way all the way around to the other side. Starting with this beach bar, there are lots of bars throughout the whole thing, but this one's our favorite because it has swings, it has a beautiful ocean view. It's a vibe.
Also, it's definitely not the dreamiest weather for this tour, so you're just gonna have to picture this whole resort as beautiful and sunny, which is the weather that we got yesterday when we enjoyed getting a tan.
So there are two big main pools at this resort. This is the first one, right by the beach. One of my favorite things about our stay so far is that it is far from crowded. Sometimes at resorts, I feel like you have to like wake up early when you're on vacation, which is the worst, just to come throw your stuff on a chair just to have a spot the rest of the day, but that has not been the case whatsoever. Maybe we just got lucky with the time of year.
It is raining, it's usually more crowded than this, but there's always space.
They're so nice. Next bar is this pool bar, which I have mixed feelings about. Basically, I'm never gonna be able to enjoy sitting in a pool in public ever again.
So one thing that we've been doing during our vacation is some polls on Instagram. I posted this video of Kara peeing in the ocean. Everybody thought it was really funny.
Subtle, definitely no one knows what you're doing.
She did a poll asking how many people peed in the ocean, which I think is a totally acceptable thing to do. The concerning thing was she then followed it up with a poll of how many adults pee in pools, and you don't want to see this.
I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same.
And then we had several people who were lifeguards message us and just say, watch the people who are sitting around the pool bars, they never get up to leave. I'll let you guess what's happening there. So we won't be spending much time at that one behind us.
42% of adults pee in public pools. Honestly, I respect their honesty. I don't even know if I would admit it if I did. I don't, and I haven't, and I won't. But it's cool that people can be okay with it, I guess.
No, it's not. It's not okay.
First time I've done this. Let's go. She's a natural. This is a seafood restaurant. We haven't been there yet, and I don't think we're going, but it looks nice.
This is the tour you've always wanted to do, isn't it? Hey, we're going this way around the horseshoe.
Oh, right. I got excited.
All of the rooms are just kind of in these separate buildings that look like they have 1, 2, maybe like 40 rooms in each building. And then the cool thing is each building has its own private pool.
Which I will not be swimming in, now that my life is ruined.
And now we have entered the Mexican jungle
Yeah, it's kind of like being on a safari.
with a koi pond.
I saw a thing that looked like a dinosaur crossing this path the other day. That was fun. And this morning, we still don't know what it is. This creature just jumped out of the trash can.
Whoa!
What is that?
Awesome. What's up?
Think it bites?
Maybe.
It climbed up a tree right in front of us.
It's like a cross between a raccoon, a monkey, and an anteater.
Okay, here's where things get really fun. So this is the area where a lot of the main restaurants are. Here we have coffee available all day. Behind me is the Market Cafe, which is like the main buffet. It's massive. I feel like usually the buffet is not my first choice, but we went there for breakfast yesterday and it was solid. I mean, it was really good. Like I kind of want to go back here for lunch.
There are several different restaurants all kind of in this same compound right here. One is called El Patio, which is a Mexican restaurant that we're planning on trying out tonight. And then the other is the Asian restaurant that we have now been to 2 nights in a row.
My favorite restaurant of all time.
And ordered the exact same thing because it was so good the first time. Like we went back and literally just did a complete redo of night 1 here.
Just as exciting the second.
This is a new spot in the resort for us. I think this is called the Desires Nightclub, which I believe opens at 10:30, which is the reason we haven't been here before because we've definitely been in bed before 10 every single night.
Welcome to your mid-30s on vacation.
This is kind of cool. I mean, it does feel like you're in the middle of the Mexican jungle up here.
Bienvenidos a Coco Cafe. This is 24 hours open, never closes, has coffee the whole time, late night snacks, pretzels, mainly coffee, and it's really good.
We're exploring new territory.
Oh, I heard there's a gym around here. Haven't seen it, won't see it.
It appears that there's also a tennis court somewhere, a theater, spa. Who would do that?
I would have gone to the spa if it wasn't like $250 a person for 50 minutes.
But if we would have done the timeshare presentation, we could have each gotten a massage for $24. That's how they sucked us in. They were like, do you want a $24 massage? And we were like, of course.
Sore subject. Oh yeah. The lobby is also this way, which we are steering clear of. This is the most people have ever seen at the sports bar. We did come one night.
I think it's pool tournament. Kara's about to claim that she beat me in pool, but she did not.
I did.
Our buzzer started going off and it was time for our dinner reservations and we had to stop, but I was on the comeback and the game was not over. Just to set the record straight.
I won. I had more points when we ended the game.
You don't get points in pool.
More of my balls were in the pocket.
This is the quiet pool. They play this beautiful, tranquil music. I actually really do appreciate this pool because once you get in your 30s, old, some would call it, you don't always want to be by the pool that's like, who wants to play pool volleyball? All right, it's really starting to rain, so we've got to speed this up. There are a couple more restaurants. This is Seaside. We had breakfast and dinner here. It was good, but I would just go to the Asian restaurant a third time if I had it to do again.
At breakfast time, it's only for preferred members.
But the buffet was better. There are people looking at us.
The best part of this entire resort. The outdoor pizza restaurant. There is an actual pizza oven next to the pool. You can come up here. You don't even have to come up here. You can just tell someone, bring me a pizza, and they'll bring it to your chair and they make it fresh right here. It's brilliant. Like whoever's idea this was needs a raise. They even have truffle oil.
And this is another poolside cafe. You can order anything you want from your chair. We ordered some veggie burgers the other day that were 10 of 10. The French fries were still warm and crispy, which I feel like is hard underneath those little silver trays. They always tend to get soggy, but it was fresh, hot, and delicious. And I ate my veggie burger with a view of the ocean.
I know I didn't run 100 miles, but I went on my own journey, and I just could not be happier in this moment.
We're missing one major thing. The preferred club. Let's go. It's just right here.
Look at Kara knowing where she's going.
Follow me.
This is the preferred club, which was like one of the major benefits to upgrading your room.
Picture the preferred club like an airport lounge. Okay.
Like, that's actually what it looks like inside.
Nice seating, air conditioned, a fully stocked bar with what looks like premium bottles. This is like an airport lounge when all the other food options are also free and pretty good.
I think if this resort was really crowded, this would feel like a great place to come and hang out. But because it's not, what I'm trying to say is we just shouldn't have upgraded.
And last but not least, we have the preferred guest only beach seating. So there's umbrellas, really cozy chairs, everything that the regular non-VIP people have. Once again, it's not crowded. There's tons of seating, so it really doesn't make that big of a difference to sit over here as opposed to over there. But we did just learn from our friend Alejandro that we probably would get better service if we were sitting here. There's less people, more attention, you know, more refills, more pizza deliveries.
In fairness, we have not tested this. We've sat in the regular area every day, and service has been good over there as well. Thank you. He's the preferred concierge. He's the one taking care of us. And even though we've given this whole preferred thing a really hard time, he's amazing. But that's the thing, all the staff is amazing, no matter where you sit. Maybe that's the takeaway from this, is it's not that preferred isn't any good, it's just that they're so good at doing the regular stuff, or if you come as a regular guest, you get so many perks that you don't need
Extra perks.
Yes. Okay, I think that officially does it for the tour. And
work.
is it time to eat again?
Yeah. We're back at the buffet for lunch. Sushi bar. This is just course number 1. Round 2. Taco bar.
Don't do it.
Señor. Gracias.
So fun. Muchas gracias.
Wow.
Placer.
How fun is this Mexican snack? It's just watermelon on a stick with some tahini. What a great dessert. Mmm.
Delicious.
Delicioso. Wait, is that Italian?
Well, it's kind of weird. Like spicy flakes on a watermelon.
You're sitting on people's sweaty
No, I think that's rain.
moisture.
Pretty sure people don't pee on their pool seats.
Well, they pee in their bathing suit in the pool and then they come sit here.
Sorry, we just still can't get over this. If you ever want to get the most bang for your buck visiting an all-inclusive resort, go run 100 miles and then immediately come to an all-inclusive. My body is just an inferno and I cannot put enough food in it.
Super fun for me.
What did you want me to talk about? So I told Kara this one thing and she now really wants me to tell everyone.
This might be a surprise to you, but I'm the emotional one in the relationship. I know. Shocking. And sometimes I try to get Nate to feel his feelings because it doesn't come naturally. So I've been asking him over and over again since the race, are you so proud of yourself? Do you have any other feelings you want to tell me about? Like, tell me every story and every thought that you had during the entire race. And he told me something that I think is really, really, really cool and special, and not many people get to feel this way.
Okay, let me work up to that. I do feel like we rarely get the chance to debrief after we do these big adventures. Like, we just move on to the next thing. This is by far the hardest thing that I've ever done. My why of doing the 100-mile race is maybe still a little fuzzy. I think like ultimately just kind of like expanding my comfort zone and personally seeing what I was capable of was my biggest motivation for signing up and doing it. Like if I train, like there's a lot of things that I think, okay, if I really put my energy into this, I think I could do it, but you never know until you try. And I wanted to prove that to myself. And the thing that Kara wants me to tell you is that for the next 3 days, anytime I caught a glance of myself in the mirror, I like looked at myself for an extra half second and being like, you did it. Like you finished the Leadville 100. And I think that's the first thing that I've ever done where I've almost looked at myself differently in the mirror, which was a pretty cool feeling. And a bunch of people were asking me after, are you gonna do something like this again? I say, give me 2 days. We're now 11 days removed from the race. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm already looking at other things. I could not walk correctly for a couple days after
At least.
the 100th. I think I'm pretty much back to normal, except there is kind of like this nagging left knee injury. I think I'm gonna go for my first run this afternoon and see how it feels. This is much better than the $250 massages.
I got you.
And I don't even have to sit through a timeshare presentation.
Can anyone spot the stingray? That thing is huge and so close to the beach. All right, it's been 11 days since the Leadville 100 finished, and this is my first run.
Legs on fire, heart rate's high. This is a full body burnout. Outside leg, step straight back, conch. Jump switch, you want low impact?
This is really dangerous with the wet floor.
Heart rate's high.
Nate inspired me.
This is a full body burnout. Starting on the legs. Here.
I hate running.
You got this, you got this. Stay with me.
But I love Nourishment Vlog.
And today's run is not like to stay in shape or anything like that. It's really just more about the curiosity of how my body will do if I go run a few miles. Not exactly the best place to run though. There's no sidewalk. This is less safe than the race. I think I should turn around. This is not worth it at all.
You're jumping, okay? You're on. In 3. Tap the toe, reach high. Tap and reach.
I've never dripped sweat like this in my life.
All right, oh, almost 4 miles. Knees still hurt. Not quite the run that I was hoping for, but I guess 11 days isn't that long to heal after 100 miles. It's not the muscles anymore. It's something going on inside of both of my knees, which hopefully can just be fixed with rest.
I'm gonna go over here so I can pee.
Do that. How do you? What? It's just too big to wear in your hair.
No.
It was on the ground, we did not pick it. Nice. This music really fits the vibe. Oh, such a bummer. We have to go back to the Asian restaurant. Honestly, it just felt wrong to eat at the same place every single night, but no regrets.
We had a seaside the first night.
And I regret that. We're back.
Hello. How are you? Nice to see you again. This is your favorite. Thank you so much.
The sweet, sweet woman at the front desk remembered us because it's our 3rd time here, but also knew our room number.
For better or for worse, we're basically locals. Also, if you're into hibachi, that's going on back there.
I'm into it, but like from afar.
You sound like an old person.
Once again, I'm 33.
And losing her zest for life. This is not what the vegan rolls looked like the last 3 nights.
I mean, there's a reason we've been here 3 nights in a row, but tonight they really have taken it up a notch. They knew it was our last night. Everything just looks like 10 times better than it did the first 2 times. It's better every night.
Have a nice, what's that say?
Trip. I told them we didn't want dessert and they brought it in anyway. I don't like it, but it's not
Very jello-y. We're going. We're not. No, it's 8:30, it's not open.
Let's go get Mad
Oh, is the flash on right now?
You have to turn off the flash. It looks later.
Ow.
All right, I gotta give them credit on their turn down service. We have to flash back to night 1. We came back from dinner. Wow.
What matters is what is written in the heart.
Wow. That was deep. Our robes are perfectly laid on the bed. All of our dirty clothes that we just threw on the floor have been laid nicely on the couch.
Well, all good things must come to an end. Heading back to the airport.
I'm devastated. It is about to rain, which feels better.
For all the nitpicking that we did of this resort, we're very sad to leave.
I could live here forever, for sure.
All right, from here we have a direct flight back to Denver, this time on Southwest. Kara had a lot of Southwest points hanging out in her account, and we were able to find flights for less than 15,000 points each, and then some taxes and fees, which once again were covered by Capital One, which pains me. The only reason it's painful is because there are better uses for those miles. Like if I was transferring them to an airline, I could get 2 or 3 cents worth of value out of those points, but just to racy purchases, I only get 1 cent. 3.5 hours later, we're back in Denver.
Home sweet home.
We still have a jammed door.
There we go. Full of all the problems. Just like we left them.
I spent my time on the plane putting together a spreadsheet of exactly how many miles and points we spent and where they came from. I realized that we might have an issue. We may have failed the mission because there was one thing that I overlooked. I still need to put the finishing touches on it, but I'll explain in the morning. Okay, we are finally making some progress on getting this van cleaned out, but I wanted to take a quick break to share with you my spreadsheet. So for our flights, we ended up paying 68,220 miles in total with an additional $244.16 in taxes and fees. Our hotel is super simple. It costs 30,000 points a night, so 120,000 points in total. Then I put all the other miscellaneous expenses in the other category. I used 800 miles for Wi-Fi on the flight, and then there was the transportation to and from the hotel, the room upgrade, which was not worth it and I definitely regret, and then the tips. So in total in the miscellaneous category, we used 800 miles in points and then spent $880. Then I just made another category to show where the points actually came from. We used 40,800 United miles, which were already in my United account. Then we used 112,000 Chase points. Those were the ones that we transferred to Hyatt to book the hotel. Then 28,000 Southwest points out of Kara's account to fly home. And then finally, the most painful one of all, we used 102,000 Capital One points, and we used those points to basically cover all of the expenses where we otherwise would have had to pay cash. And we basically used those points to just erase expenses that we had put on the credit card during the trip. So in total for this trip, we burned through 283,436 points. The problem is there's one expense on the spreadsheet that I could not figure out how to erase. While we were at the resort, we tipped $100, and that was cash that I got out of an ATM using my debit card. I probably could have gotten cash out of the ATM using my Capital One card and then erased that expense, but usually ATMs charge a cash advance fee to pull cash out of an ATM, and so that just wasn't worth it. So in total, we spent $100 out of pocket. All right, that is it. I hope at least some of you enjoyed the miles and points aspect of this video. I know I tend to nerd out on this stuff, which is probably why I started a newsletter that talks about miles and points that goes out 6 days a week. And it's been brought to my attention that maybe 6 days a week is a little too much for some people. Like, they kind of just want to know the highlights, which is why we have started the weekend send. So for those of you who don't want 6 emails a week about miles and points, you can sign up for Daily Drops Weekend Send, which will just give you the highlights of the week so you can stay on top of everything. And then we'll also send you red alerts so that you never miss an amazing deal, but that's like 6 a year. So 1 email every week with maybe an additional 6 anytime there's an amazing deal that you need to know about. I'll leave a link to that down in the description below, and hopefully that's a better fit for some of you.
Also, if you sign up before September 24th, you'll be entered to win a free, all expenses paid trip to Hawaii. Good luck!
Also, I just wanted you to know that Daily Drop Pro is going to be a part of FairDrop. So if you're already a paying FairDrop member, don't worry, you're not gonna have to pay for a new service, and we're gonna work to get that out to you as quickly as possible. And last but not least, if you're wondering where all of these miles and points came from, the majority of them came from travel credit cards. That is how we earn the majority of our miles and points. And choosing a travel credit card can be really overwhelming, which is why every month the Daily Drop team ranks the best travel credit cards, and we always keep this page up to date to make it really easy to figure out which travel credit cards are going to give you the most value. And I'll also link that page down below. Okay, time to finish cleaning this van, and we will see you next week or the week after that. One of those two. Boop. Why is everything everywhere? Feet are freezing and it's August. Mic drop. Well, how do I turn this around? Now girly filming my face. All right, one positive one. One positive one.
I'm not gonna be excited about pods.
This name just like makes you feel like your status is getting you something. It should just say timeshare services.
Do you pee in the ocean?
Yeah, in the ocean.
No one pees at pools.
I think some people do.
Oh my gosh. You think adults pee in pools?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I just have to know. I actually, truly, genuinely thought only kids peed in pools, but I've already seen a few DMs. Adults confessing that they pee in pools, and that's what chlorine is for, apparently. And that, like,
Anytime they're sitting at the pool bar, like, be careful, don't put your head under at the pool bar. People sit there for hours and drink.
What?
So many adults pee in pools and openly admitted it on my poll, and I will never be the same. I will never be the same.
Over 30,000 people
Those people.
clicked I pee in pools as an adult.
I can't get over it. I can't get over it. I will never enjoy being in a public pool again. I'm not saying I'll never get in one again, but like I'll never be able to fully just relax.
Never be the same.
I had no idea. What poll should we do next?
I'll go first. I have peed in the shower. In emergency situations. It is not something I'm just okay with on a daily basis. It's never the goal, it's never the plan, but it has happened.
That's not what we want answered. We want, do you pee in the shower as like a habit?
Like, do you think it's okay? Do you have a problem with it? Yes or no?
And yes, we are standing in the pool, but I have not put my head under.
We decided we would face our fears, get in the pee pool. It's gonna be fine. That's what chlorine is for. I mean, if you've watched Mark Rober's video, you know. It doesn't really smell. So maybe there aren't as many people peeing in here.
This is not the pool that has the pool ball.